I just got to ask, because I read somewhere that you now take jobs because of the unknown, something that kind of like maybe you're scared of, or maybe you're kind of curious about. What is it about this film that was unknown to you that you wanted to kind of accomplish at the end?
Um, 17 again happened at like a strange time. It was actually before High School Musical 3 and before Orson Welles. It was over a year ago, actually, that we started filming. And at that time, I went to Adam, and he said, what do you want to do next? And I said, anything that's not typical high school. Just get me out of a high school. And he said, okay, be careful what you wish for. And so he's like, do you want to play a 37-year-old guy? And I thought that was crazy at first. I thought there's no way this is actually going to happen. But then it came together, and it came together quick. And great actors started showing interest in the other roles, Tom and Leslie, and I recognized that, man, this is the best opportunity that I've got right now. I really want to go for it. And we had very little time, but we made the movie happen, and it was very refreshing, man. I tell you, it was great. It was so much fun.
To kind of, I mean, because you don't have any scenes with Matthew, but to play him, what was it? Did you kind of watch him from, maybe did they shoot some stuff where he was reading stuff, or did you sit in on readings and just stare at Matthew and just try to get some mannerisms and things like that?
I think, we hung out a lot, and I was already a fan of Friends. I knew a lot about Matthew already. But honestly, there was a couple times during rehearsals where we just hung out and talked, and he was very honest.
But he has a very specific timing that is very famous for now. So to kind of capture that, which you did in the film, how did you to get that? I mean, did you have to practice, like phrasing things, or was that?
Yeah, there were moments in the movie and in the script where, you could look at it and just say, all right, Matthew, this is where Matthew needs to shine. This is where Matthew's got to come out. And yeah, there were some specific moments in the movie where I just went for Matthew and did kind of an impersonation. But there was a lot of time when I really wasn't thinking about that at all. I was just trying to be, a guy, a 37-year-old guy.
Is it weird to kind of take on the mentality of a 37-year-old at this age that you are at now? Like, did you find, like, afterwards, maybe some of those things kind of seeped into your personal life, like usually reprimanding, I don't know, somebody a little bit younger, or I don't know, is it kind of?
Well, you know what, it was already there, a lot of it. I've always had strong values and things, and I was raised under a pretty strict household, and I feel like I've been preaching these things to my friends all the time, so it felt, sadly enough, pretty natural. But there is one thing I learned, and that's that I'm definitely not ready to have kids. I'm going to take my time.
To be in a film where the character kind of has to look back at this life and find out, but you yourself are not at that point, so how do you look forward then? I mean, there's this, you're at the cusp of something obviously big, and so the pressure must be, what is it like for you to be Zach right now, to see this kind of endless, opportunities that are being thrown at you?
It's exciting. There's, there is a lot going on right now. And, I'm trying to make sure at this point that I change it up. And I can't just do what's expected of me all the time, It wouldn't be genuine. That's not my plan. That was never my plan. And I've always enjoyed new challenges and taking risks and going out on a limb. And, that's how I want my life to be, exciting. That's how I want, it's always been my philosophy in life.